Okay, so our cast is playing Heather Anne van Leeuwen.
It's me. Hi. Sorry.
That's okay. As Bruce Ron Lea.
Oh, Ron, you have to say your hello and wave so that we know where you are.
Oh.
Hello.
Perfect. Thank you.
Great. It's just to make sure everyone's camera and mic are good. Okay. As Ryan Scott Garland.
Oh, hi there.
As Laurie Gaby Grice.
Hi.
As Stuart Basel Daoud.
Good evening.
As Chioki Iansen Laura Hubbard.
Hello.
As Clemency Burton Hill Torey Urquhart.
That's me. Hi.
As Terrence McKnight Christopher Prentice.
Hello.
As Alec Baldwin Shawn Wilson.
Oh.
Who said he would return just restarting?
Oh, okay, awesome.
I trust him to be here.
As Anna Sale and Long Long, Hilary Wartinger.
Hello.
As Kate Pickert, Miriam Bachman.
Hello.
As Megan Reed, Nicole Falgoust.
Hello.
And I'll be reading stage directions, and I'm Elizabeth Rose Morris. All New Things by Michael Ross Albert. Heather and Ryan's apartment in Toronto. They've got the second floor of a house in Parkdale. The main door leads to a descending staircase, a coat rack and mirror by the door. In the living area, a couch, a chair, a coffee table, a bookshelf, a TV nook. A sliding door opens to the bedroom. The kitchen takes up most of the apartment. There is a small kitchen table with mismatched chairs. A door in the kitchen opens to the bathroom. January 2020. Prologue. Afternoon. Heather lies on the couch, wrapped in a blanket. She is bald from chemotherapy. She scrolls through her cell phone, looking for a podcast to play. Through the phone, the WNYC intro sting plays, followed by
listener-supported WNYC Studios.
Heather puts the cell phone on the coffee table. The podcast continues.
You're listening to the Open Ears Project. Welcome to day 24.
Beethoven's Bagatelle Opus 126, number 1 begins to play.
I've selected a bagatelle by Beethoven, one of his late bagatelles. It's very romantic. It's just one of those small pieces, considered just a throwaway piece. He probably improvised at the piano. And this piece for me is about overcoming adversity. I'm Terrence McKnight. I'm the evening host on WQXR.
Heather wipes her sweaty head. She sheds the blanket. She tries to get comfortable. Can't. She sits up, surveys the apartment.
Beethoven, a guy who created art to speak to justice and equality, a guy who loved family, was so close to his mother, like I am. And I listened to this piece, makes me think about Langston Hughes.
Heather rises from the couch. The podcast continues as Heather laboriously starts rearranging the living room furniture. It's hard work.
Langston Hughes would travel the world and align himself with laborers, people who were protesting. Langston loved music. Beethoven loved poetry, so they had that in common. And so when I hear this piece, it reminds me of a particular poem by Langston Hughes, where he's contemplating this idea of death for love. But then he pulls back from that idea and says, you know what? I'm not going to take my own life. Life is great. Beethoven essentially said the same thing back in 1802 when his hearing started to dissolve. And so, this idea of family and art and doing something, creating art that's more than about oneself really appeals to me.
Heather's getting tired, dizzy.
Since I'm still here living, I guess I will live on. I could have died for love, but for living I was born.
She needs to sit down, on the floor. needs to lie down.
Though you may see me holler, though you may see me cry, I'll be dog, sweet baby, if you're gonna see me die. Life is fine, fine as wine. Life is fine.
Heather's phone starts to vibrate on the coffee table. The incoming call interrupts the podcast. She tries to sit up to reach her phone. She faints. Eventually, the phone stops vibrating. Blackout. Scene 1. It's late afternoon, but it's winter, so it's dark outside already. Heather is asleep on the couch. In the kitchen, ingredients for soup have been prepared on the counter near the stove. Laurie is at the kitchen table, chopping onions. Heather wakes, sits up. Laurie stops her meal prep.
I like what you've done with the place.
Change of scenery.
Smart idea. Moving all the furniture around on your own.
It's just every day the same goddamn things in the same goddamn places.
Yeah, it's a really serious issue. Not like having cancer. That's nothing. But interior design?
Okay.
That's a real priority. And I have to say, I totally agree with your impulse. Fuck your health. Fuck your recovery. This place really needed a new look.
Could you just...
I mean, the couch over there instead of over there, game changer.
Could you not make me feel guilty, Laurie? I have cancer.
How long are you going to play that card?
Until I'm in remission. After that, you can go back to being a sarcastic bitch all you want. Until then, you have to be nice to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I being unkind?
No.
Maybe I should have left you on the floor. Would that have been better? Maybe I should have left you in a pile of your own puke.
I threw up?
You threw up more than my diabetic cat and my 8-month-old combined.
How are they getting along, by the way?
Oh, Arthur finds Henry endlessly fascinating, and they're both covered in vomit all the time.
Remind me, which one's the cat and which one came out of your vagina 8 months ago?
Well, they're both my children. They both came out of my vagina. And fuck you. Your chemo brain's not so bad you can't remember my child's name.
I don't have chemo brain anymore, genius.
I know that, cancer face.
It's boredom brain now. That's the reason I can't remember why you gave your cat a human name and called your firstborn son Mittens.
Mittens is his middle name, bitch.
You can't call me a bitch. I have cancer.
You called me a bitch? I'm making you delicious soup. I have a newborn at home and
8 months old.
Right. Let's send him off to the workhouse. Time for him to earn his keep.
If it's too hard for you to find the time.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm actually serious. Last thing I want to be is a burden. I can't stand. It's been so many months. Feels like this is the only way I've ever been. And I hate that. So you're off the hook if you want to be. You don't need to make me soup.
But my soup is delicious.
I know it is.
Good. Because today is the day I teach you how to make it yourself.
No, I don't want to learn stuff. I have cancer.
In that case, I guess I'll have to keep coming here and spending time with you and making soup myself in your freezing cold apartment. Horrible, right?
You're neglecting your child and your sick cat.
They'll live. Did you talk to the landlord about the heat?
No, I opted for an aggressive course of cancer treatment so I could sit at home and freeze to death.
What an asshole.
Toronto landlords, man. Honestly, though, it doesn't really bother me that much anymore these days. Yeah.
If you ever want to stay with us, I mean, you'd have to deal with the screaming, vomiting infant, but you and Ryan can always...
Thank you for the offer. Sincerely.
At least the soup will be warm. So, do you want to learn how to make this, or do you want to just sit there and look pretty?
I'm gonna look like shit.
You don't look like shit. You look hot.
I am hot.
I know that, girl.
I mean, I'm hot.
I repeat, I know that, girl.
It's below 0 indoors and I'm sweating. You know, this situation with my landlord would be really uncomfortable if I didn't have the good fortune of going through menopause before everyone else. Lucky me, right?
I know how it feels. Out of all my friends at camp, I was the first one with boobs.
I'm the first one of our friends to lose theirs. What a fun coincidence.
Who do you hope gets breast cancer next? Come on, one person.
Greta Thunberg.
Heather,
I'm kidding.
Christ.
You asked me for one person.
I didn't expect you to pick the child fighting to save the planet.
Oh yeah, she's fighting real hard. You stolen my dreams.
Oh my God.
Obviously, I don't want anything to happen to Greta Thunberg. Although if she died of cancer, she would be spared the indignity of suffering through the imminent climate disaster.
True.
Where's my phone?
Laurie gestures. Heather goes to get it, looks at it. Laurie pours olive oil into a pot on the stove, turns on the heat.
I turned off the podcast you were listening to. Didn't want you to lose your place.
What a tragedy that would have been. They're all old. I'm trying to catch up from the fall when I was too distracted to listen to anything.
Miss anything good?
Men can get breast cancer too, can't they?
Sure.
Well, I can think of a few of them who should. At least one in particular.
She puts down her phone, joins Laurie in the kitchen.
Soup lesson.
I'm gonna need you to wear a hairnet in my kitchen.
Oh, hilarious. Teach me how to make the soup.
This is a stove.
Okay.
This is a pot with some olive oil in it. The stove is on medium heat. Are you with me so far?
I have a master's degree.
In publishing.
Who do you think makes the cookbooks?
This is onion and garlic. They go into the pot.
She does this, mixes it around. It sizzles.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to that thing tonight?
Sheila's thing?
Yeah.
No. I have cancer. You?
I have a sick cat and a baby or whatever.
Brian's going.
Oh, yeah?
He wrote a review of it.
Of the book?
For The Walrus. It'll be out sometime this week.
Did he like it?
I haven't read his review.
Really?
It's under embargo, apparently.
Yeah, but you're...
His cancer girlfriend? I know.
Did he say he liked it?
He said it wasn't very memorable, but it was fine. Sheila asked him to moderate the Q&A.
Sheila asked him.
It probably wasn't Sheila. Someone from her team probably did.
Or someone from the store.
In any case, he's doing it. So he must have liked her book.
Or he's looking for some extra cash.
Right. Like they're paying him. It's an open bar, I think.
Laurie stirs the ingredients.
Kellyanne Conway. She should get breast cancer.
Oh, that whole administration.
From all cancer. Or prison. Whichever gets them out of my news cycle fastest. Which is now like 4 months old because I've been playing podcast catch up. I have no idea what's going on in the world.
All those horrible people are still around, still systematically eroding the foundation of American democracy.
That's nice for them.
Ready for the next step?
Lay it on me.
Celery and carrots into the
She
pot.
puts them in, stirs.
Cover that shit up
She puts a lid on the pot.
and let those veggies sweat.
Laurie's phone dings. She moves to the table, looks at her phone.
It's like having two children. It's in the bathroom that is, and always has been, the toilet paper's home. You disappointment of a husband. Sent.
Hey, Laurie.
Hay is for horses.
Oh my God, you're going to be one of those moms that does dad jokes.
Unapologetically. What's up?
I was just wondering, and I don't want to be, pushy, like a pest.
Yeah.
Did you, have they said anything about those chapters I sent? I know it was just the holidays and everybody has so much going on.
Yeah, it's been a little hectic at work.
I totally get it. Well, this whole experience, the cancer, not the book, should be a lesson in patience, but I'm realizing that's not my best subject. Patience. You know what I mean?
I do.
I'll shut up about it. They'll read the chapters when they read the chapters.
Mm-hmm.
No news is good news, right?
I do have some news about the chapters you submitted.
Seriously?
I should have told you sooner.
What is their reasoning behind? Actually, whatever, fuck it. Actually, what did they say?
The same old bullshit.
Who read them?
I showed the chapters to a few people, and honestly, everybody thought they were really good.
But they're not interested.
Maybe when you have more material, they'd be open to considering it again, but...
Did they say what they didn't like about it?
Heather, everyone is so happy that you're keeping busy and you're working at something really personal while you're going through this treatment.
But they don't like it.
They do. Everybody does. I thought you were off to a really good start.
What's wrong with it?
If I get into specifics, it's just going to make you mad.
I'm already mad. I've worked at that company for 6 years.
As a publicist, that doesn't mean they have
What
to.
didn't they like about it?
The consensus seems to be that it's a bit
What?
cliche.
It's my story.
I know.
They think having cancer is cliche.
You know, it's a book about an educated, white, relatively settled 30-something woman
Wow.
having sort of low stakes problems with her health and her estranged father.
When
And
did cancer become low stakes?
I'm just the messenger.
Heather's cell phone starts vibrating.
Who the fuck is it now?
She moves to the phone, looks at it. She dismisses the call.
Spam again?
No, it's... Sorry, I'm just trying to wrap my head around everybody at our office talking about my life as if I'm some sort of chick lit heroine. And even though it's loosely based on my experience, it's not like it's about my life,
Well, you have to admit, it seems at least sort of autobiographical. The main character's name is Holly. Her boyfriend's Richard. She has this fucked up relationship with her dad, who married
So?
her landlord's trying to force him out of their apartment while she's going through chemo.
Okay, it is a fictionalized recounting of a true, specific event, a unique event that is happening to me. How can something that specific and unique be cliche?
It is unique. It's your experience, and I think you articulated it very beautifully in your work.
Do you think I'm a cliche?
Let's talk about our potential audience for a second.
Holy shit, Laurie!
You know, the whole can-lit industry isn't exactly, if you're not Margaret Atwood, it's not like books are gonna fly off the company can't afford to publish just anything, not just because we like it.
Just anything.
I'm not saying your book isn't going to be very special to certain people. I'm sure it'll be relatable.
To other cancer people.
That it will deserve a wide readership.
The last book we published was about a professional wrestler with macular degeneration.
Look, I'm not defending the company's decision.
It sounds like you are. Did you like the samples I sent?
I was really moved by what you wrote. And maybe with some more time.
Right.
Laurie returns to the stove.
Well, I have a friend at Dundurn who said she'd read the chapters too, so.
That's great.
Oh, fuck off.
Okay. Okay. No soup for you then.
She puts the lid back on the pot, collects her stuff from the coat rack by the door.
What are you doing?
Maybe I shouldn't have told you, but I thought you'd be able to take the news like a pro.
Right, I should be so used to bad news by now.
You're entitled to have shitty days and shitty moods.
Oh, gee, thanks.
But when I come in here and find you passed out on the floor,
Oh, is this?
when I take the time away from my kid to make soup for my best friend and I find her on the ground and think maybe she's fucking dead.
Well, I'm not. Happy?
Yes. I am so glad you're not dead, you idiot. And I'm not the one that didn't want to publish your book, so stop making it out like I've done the worst thing in the world to you. Can you do that?
Maybe. I'm not having a good day.
Laurie puts down her stuff, goes back to the stove.
You want something delicious and vegan friendly to cheer you up?
Oh, only if there's a mountain of turmeric in it.
Well, hoo-wee, it's your lucky day.
I hear it cures cancer or something.
I don't know about that, but what doesn't kill you, right?
The front door opens. Ryan enters, takes off his winter jacket and boots.
Woo! Something smells good.
Laurie's teaching me how to make soup.
Awesome. Hey, Laurie.
How you doing?
You know, hanging in there. We've had a rough week, I guess. Right, babe? Hi.
Hi.
Nah.
They kiss. It's more routine than romantic.
I ran into Stuart outside. Nice in the walk.
Is he still out there?
I just passed.
Heather slides open the screen leading to the bedroom and marches through it.
Hey! Hey! Go fuck yourself, Stuart!
She re-enters.
It's fine, he didn't see me.
Serves him right.
Well, he's not the one who owns the building.
So? He could tell his dad, maybe we should not be assholes to our tenants. It's the end of January and we still don't have heat, which, like I said, is fine for me because I'm a walking hot flash all the time. But Ryan
is not going through menopause.
And heat is a basic human right. It's winter in Toronto, for fuck's sakes.
Well, to be fair, it's been a pretty mild winter so far. And it does sound like they're legitimately trying to fix it.
They're giving us a runaround. They say they're waiting for a new part to fix the furnace, which works just fine downstairs somehow. Part for the furnace comes in, but wouldn't you know it? The company sent the wrong one. Another 2 weeks. The right part finally arrives, but the technician has a family emergency and he has to go to Nova Scotia. Meanwhile, I have cancer. We pay for hydro. The space heater they let us borrow is basically incinerating money. And every day there's another notice of entry on our door.
Oh, not every day.
We have had 14 since my diagnosis. I collect them. You know what it's like? Coming home from chemo and seeing a notice on your door that the landlord's coming into your unit to take photos and measurements because he's trying to throw you out on the street and jack up the price for some yuppie.
We don't know for sure that's what's happening.
These are the telltale signs.
Also, we are sort of yuppies.
We work in Canadian literature. We have to be
Okay,
upwardly
but
mobile.
screaming about the landlord,
It's literally part of the
isn't
anagram.
gonna
It's what the
change-
U stands
the U
for.
stands for
It did
urban.
not change anything,
Okay,
but
if it was upwardly
like a-
mobile, it would be
fight against
dumpy.
the son of a bitch would make me feel just a little bit better.
You know what else will do that? Soup. Made from scratch. With your own 2 hands. Sweaty palms and all. Let's do this. I have to go feed Arthur and clean up after Henry and murder my husband.
You're not staying?
Well, I'll come back. Let me finish teaching you how to do this first. Ryan, are you interested in learning a valuable skill?
You know, if you could just write it down for me.
It's fine. I'll remember how to do it.
I just have to get dressed for this thing.
Sheila's thing?
Yeah, I'm leaving the talk back. Are you going?
Child, feline, husband, vomit.
Right. You just said all that.
I'm the one with the chemo brain dingus.
You're officially done with chemo dum dum. Now it's just boredom brain, remember?
Durr. Must have forgot.
He kisses her, feels her head.
Your hair's really coming back in, eh? I'm gonna change. You want an edible?
No, I'm okay.
Do you mind if I have one?
Yourself out.
He's about to exit into the bedroom.
Whoa, is something different about...
Change of scenery.
How did I not notice? You like it better this way?
Something new to look at.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Wait, did you do all this by yourself?
Laurie helped.
Call me Supermom.
Well, next time you want to move stuff around, just let me know, okay?
Do you mind?
No, I just don't want you doing anything too strenuous. You're sick?
It was fine. It wasn't hard at all. Right?
We managed.
Thank you for helping her. You sure you're cool with me having one of your edibles?
I don't like them.
I'll only do half, in case you want some later.
Sounds good.
He exits into the bedroom, slides the door shut.
In my day, you didn't take pot from a cancer patient.
He'd never make it through that book launch without it.
Still, it's just not done in polite society.
Ryan can do whatever he...
Fine. Normally, I'd be happy to keep arguing with you, but soup, time crunch,
Right.
etc.
Heather joins her at the stove.
Thanks, by the way.
Don't mention it.
So, the vegetables are sweatier than I am.
Exactly. And now in goes
She puts the items into the pot as she describes them.
a can of diced tomatoes with no sodium, a whole thing of vegetable broth with no sodium, spices, which I pre-measured before I left the house and put in this little Ziploc bag to save time.
How is this a lesson if I don't know the spices?
Cumin, parsley, oregano, turmeric, and 4 bay leaves.
Jesus.
I know, it's delicious.
How much of the other spices do I...
You just figure it out now. And a cup and a half of water. And the main attraction, 1 cup of lentils.
Laurie stirs. She moves to the front door, starts putting on her coat and boots.
Aren't you supposed to soak them before you...
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
They won't give me more cancer?
You'll be fine. Turn the heat to high.
She does.
When everything boils, lower the light, cover the pot, give it a stir every once in a while, and just let it simmer.
For how long?
Until it's done, okay? There's baby kale in the fridge. Wilt some in a few minutes before it's ready to eat, then squeeze some lemon juice on top, and you're done.
What about salt?
No. Sodium.
What have you got against sodium?
The World Cancer Research Fund has linked high sodium diets to increased risks of...
Okay, fine. No sodium.
and throw out the bay leaves before you wilt the kale. Don't forget to stir or it'll congeal to the bottom of the pot. I'll be back in a little while.
You've done more than enough.
It's fine. You think I want to stay home with my baby and my husband's dead body? Bye, Ryan.
Bye, Laurie.
Tell Sheila I say congrats.
Okay.
I love you, superstar. I love you, superstar.
I'm sorry I passed out on the floor and called you a bitch.
Already forgotten. Stir, eat, rest.
She blows her a kiss.
Try not to die of cancer.
I'll do my best.
Laurie exits. Heather looks around the apartment. She adjusts some items that now feel out of place. Ryan enters from the bedroom. He's wearing different clothes.
So the reading is supposed to start around 7. Shouldn't be more than 15 minutes. Then we do the Q&A for like probably another 15 minutes. Home by 8. Sound good?
If the reading doesn't start until 7,
They told me doors are at 5.
no, it shows up to a book party at 5.
By the time I get there, it'll be 5:30. Say hi to Sheila, eat some cheese and crackers, listen to people complain about last year's GG winners. Before you know it, it'll be 7 o'clock.
Sounds horrible.
Oh, it definitely will. Do you want to come?
I'm not really dressed for it.
Well, you don't have to be there right at 5:30. You want to get changed or?
I have to keep stirring the soup or it'll congeal.
Well, don't worry about it. It's not gonna be any fun. I don't even want to go, but I have.
You do?
I'm leading the talk back.
Yeah, but you didn't have to lead the talk back.
They asked me to.
I know, but it doesn't mean that you have to do it just because they asked.
Okay.
I mean, you don't even like the book.
It's actually not bad.
You said it was forgettable.
Well, ultimately, it's not going to be a Canadian classic or anything, but it's pretty good for what it is.
Huh. So you must have written a pretty good review.
It's favorable, yeah.
That'll be nice for her.
She goes to check on the soup, lowers the heat, covers the pot.
Are you mad about something?
Why would I be mad?
I don't know, you're just acting like...
Heather's cell phone starts vibrating again. She looks at it.
Oh my God.
She dismisses the call.
More spam?
No, it's this is the third time my father's called me today.
Really? Did you talk to him?
What do you think?
Do you know why he's calling?
Somebody probably died.
You should answer it.
Ugh. If it's serious, he can text me. He knows the rules.
Maybe he wants to check up on you.
He definitely wants something. Wouldn't be this persistent if he didn't want something. But can't think about that today.
Maybe if you just... Fair. Do you want me to stay home?
No.
I can call the bookstore or text Sheila. Somebody there could probably step in for me.
You should go if you want to go. You don't need to babysit me every night. You should have a life.
I do have one. I'm looking at it.
It.
At her. You know. You. I'm here to take care of you. That's my job.
Your job is reading and reviewing Canadian literature. And then schmoozing with shut up. And then schmoozing with writers at Queen West bookstores.
Yeah, but taking care of you is more fun.
What if I hate being taken care of?
What do you mean?
Nothing, just what's my job? You know?
Getting better. Okay? All you have to focus on now is resting and
taking care of myself and the cat and staying home and listening to 4-month-old podcasts and looking at the same furniture.
What's wrong with the furniture all of a sudden?
I'm so bored of all this. These things, the landlord, the hospital, the healthcare system, Doug Ford's Ontario.
We're almost there. We are this close to being out of the woods.
Right. We are.
Just one more surgery and then a few weeks of radiation.
Five
Fi-
weeks of radiation.
5 weeks. And then
Back to work. Yay.
well, we do need to, get back on our feet.
Yeah.
There are only so many hours in the day to review new Canadian books and drive Ubers.
You know what I'd like? A houseplant.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And new dishes. We inherited all our plates and cutlery. I want matching plates.
We can get those.
And a fancy food processor so I can make my own pesto.
Oh, you know how to do that?
Laurie can teach me. Come to think of it, we should just move. Make a clean break.
That would make Stuart's dad happy.
Fuck him. How can he treat a woman with cancer like this?
Toronto landlords, man.
Maybe I deserve it.
What?
Maybe this is some cosmic justice.
Are you serious?
Go to your book party.
Listen to me. You didn't do anything to deserve this. Life just sucks.
Mhm. Wise words.
It's true. We didn't do anything wrong. We just ran off the road to a pile of bad luck. But hey, look at us. We're making do.
I am.
Exactly. You're doing great.
He kisses her. He starts putting on his winter coat and boots.
Great. Great.
Transition. Scene 2. On the coffee table, Heather's cell phone plays the WNYC podcast intro sting, followed by
Listener supported WNYC Studios.
the third movement of Schubert's Wanderer Fantasy in C major plays.
This is Alec Baldwin, and you're listening to Here's the Thing.
The podcast continues as Heather stirs the soup on the stove. She takes some of it, gets the salt shaker, shakes it into the pot liberally.
Rock star is the wrong word by definition, but classical star doesn't quite get to Long Long's place in the pantheon. He's a serious pianist, playing serious repertoire, with a flair. Here, it's a Schubert fantasy in front of a sold-out crowd at Carnegie Hall.
Heather exits into the bedroom, re-enters holding a wig. She tries it on, examines herself in the mirror.
One's tempted to say he's one part Glenn Gould, one part Van Cliburn. But the truth is, he's Long Long. He and his signature bouffant were the obvious choice to open the Beijing Olympics, watched by 4 billion people, and for President Obama to invite to play at the intimate White House dinner for the President of China.
She examines herself in the mirror, feels her stomach, smooths down her chin, thinks she looks fat.
Long Long takes an obvious joy in his art and his fame, but both are hard-won. A musical prodigy, he was the son of 2 talented artists forced to abandon their dreams by the Cultural Revolution.
The podcast is interrupted by the vibration of a phone notification. Heather doesn't go to check on it.
Just a few years after he won a national competition at the age of 5, his father abandoned everything else in his life to focus on his son's talent.
She begins moving knickknacks from one surface to another, rearranging things.
They moved together to Beijing. Long Long won so many contests that he was offered a spot by the Curtis Institute of Music in Philadelphia. His father moved with him to America too.
Applause from the live audience.
All that vicarious ambition took its toll on their bond, but over the years, it returned.
We're very close.
Our conversation was taped in front of a live audience at WNYC's Green Space.
We're
The
really
music fades out.
We're really much better than when I was 9 years old. Much better. Not even the same level. Yeah, we were really, it's getting closer somehow because we are not living together. So in a way, you know, distance makes beauty, right? So that's how it exactly happened.
She's listening to the podcast more intently.
In his mind, he must have a kind of mixed feeling. The euphoria of you having made it to the degree you've made it, and at the same time, he's not around you. I know that if I was your dad, I'm obsessed with my kids.
Heather moves to her phone. She picks it up, reads the text message, panics. She doesn't know how to respond to the text.
And if I was like your dad, and I was instrumental and influential in helping you become what you've become, then all of a sudden you were like, okay, Dad, I got this. And you were gonna move out on your own. I'd be like, wait, no.
The sound of the live audience laughing. If
If you were my son, I'd want to live with you forever.
Heather looks at herself in the mirror again, adjusts her wig.
Sure. I mean,
What does he do with himself now that you're not living together?
he's actually, he's helping me a lot.
A knock at the front door. Heather silences the podcast. Another knock. She moves towards the door, looks at it, beat. Another knock. We hear Bruce from behind the door.
Heather, it's me. I tried calling and texting.
More knocking, a bit more insistent. She opens the door. Bruce is there. He tries to smile.
Probably the last person you want to see, but looks like you put on a little weight in the face.
Oh. Heather closes the door abruptly. Bruce talks from behind the closed door.
Oh, come on, huh? Please, don't be like that. I'm trying. I didn't mean anything by that. Would you just please let me talk to you?
He begins knocking on the door again.
Heather, please, would you let me?
She opens the door.
Can we talk? Will you let me talk to you?
About what?
It's been over a year. I was hoping you might have moved past whatever it was that.
I haven't.
Well, that's a real shame.
For you, I'm fine.
Oh, yeah?
I've never been more fine, actually.
Do you think I could come in?
What for?
I don't like what's happened between us.
That's not my problem.
I want to try and sort it out.
You don't even know why I'm angry, do you?
I have a few good guesses.
Dad, I've given you all the tools you need to try and fix this.
I don't know that that's true.
We argued until I was blue in the face, and you don't even know why I'm.
Look. Just stop it for a second. Can I come inside?
No.
Heather.
What do you think's gonna happen? Do you think everything's gonna be magically okay?
I drove here from Newmarket. Okay, the roads are. Look, can I use your? Oh, come on! Just don't make your father piss in the street.
It's Parkdale. You'll fit right in.
He looks at her. She gives in, lets him in.
Thank you.
He takes off his boots.
Where's the?
Heather gestures towards the kitchen. Winter coat still on, he walks through the kitchen, exits to the bathroom. Heather goes to the stove, stirs the soup, waits. The toilet flushes off stage. Bruce re-enters.
So, I came all this way. Do you really want me to leave?
You need me to say it? You can't just do me the courtesy of having like situational awareness?
Okay.
I didn't ask you to come here. You weren't invited.
I tried to call.
What, from your car? You didn't like plan a time or see if I was free. You just popped in after we haven't even spoken in.
Look, if I tried to plan a time with you, you would have said you didn't want to see me.
Yeah.
So I skipped that step.
Well, how's that working out for you?
If I'm being honest, not as bad as I thought. Man, it's cold in here.
No, is it?
You you keep it like this on purpose? You should tell your landlord to fix it.
Great suggestion.
Hey, they have to give you heat. It's the law.
I'll let them know.
Your boyfriend doesn't say anything to the landlord?
We've both complained, obviously. Ryan has also obviously complained about the heat.
Do you pay your own hydro? What?
What are you doing here, Dad?
I like what you've done with your hair.
Oh,
Or are you wearing a wig? Huh. I guess you just weren't going to tell me.
you made it pretty clear you weren't going to help me with...
That's not... Something like this you should have told me.
Well, how'd you find out?
Instagram.
I beg your pardon?
Did I stutter?
You don't have Instagram.
Prove it.
Okay, well, welcome to my nightmare. I have cancer and my father has Instagram.
What part of the treatment are you...
I finished chemo and I'm waiting to do another surgery before starting radiation. It's terrible. Everything is awful. Thank you for stopping by.
He opens his arms.
What?
What? I was going to give you a hug. Can I... I don't know if you wanted a...
I don't want a hug, Dad.
It hurts me, you know? Not being a part of your life, especially while you're going through something like this.
This isn't something I did.
You told me you didn't want to speak to me anymore.
That's not what I said.
You cut me out of your life.
You did. You made it impossible. I tried. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager and had to live with you, and all those years afterward, I tried to have a relationship with you. I thought, maybe if I just, or maybe if I say it a bit differently this time, he'll get it. Maybe if I, then he won't. But I got tired of trying to fix you and you never changing. More than tired. I got sick, Dad. Actually sick, mentally, emotionally, and physically too. I need to distance myself from you because this is unhealthy. And I have been over this with you now and 1,000 times through email, through text, in the parking lot of the Dufferin fucking mall. We have been over this 1,000 times and I'm gonna throw up. So if you wouldn't mind.
She runs to the bathroom.
Heather?
She retches off stage. Bruce looks at the open bathroom door, horrified. She re-enters from the bathroom.
Is this normal?
Nothing about this is normal.
Do you need me to call a doctor and take you to the...
Do anything.
She goes to the sink, pours a glass of water, rinses, spits.
I realize that I might upset you by coming over here. I don't know what I can say that won't piss you off even more.
I'm not pissed off at you, Dad. Furious. And you don't have any idea why.
I know I really screwed things up with you.
Yeah, you did.
And I would like to fix that. I'd like to work it out with you. I don't even know what's going on with your, well, so is it's breast cancer?
It's breast cancer, Dad. Stage 4.
That's not one of the good stages.
Correct. I had a double mastectomy and 7 rounds of chemo since September.
Jesus Christ. How could you not? Fuck.
He sits down.
Dad.
Yeah?
I don't have visiting hours, okay? I'm not up for this. I'm too sick for drama.
Bruce stands.
This isn't fair.
Well, life's...
No, I mean what's happening to you, what you're going through. It's not fair.
Let's blame genetics.
Well, Well, smoking all those cigarettes, all those years probably didn't help either.
What are you talking about all those years?
And I remember you came back from that party and you said you just tried it for the first time.
I was 17 and I stopped when I was 23.
No, it was longer than that. And I knew that wasn't the first time you tried it either.
Okay, you got me. I lied to you when I was a teenager. What a shocker.
Well, you have to live with the consequences, huh? You want to smoke cigarettes? You know the risk. And now you're dealing with the outcome.
Well, it's been fun. Let's do this again next year.
What did I say?
If I'm still alive.
This isn't what I came here. I didn't want to argue.
And I didn't want a con man for a father, but
Con man?
them's the breaks.
You think I'm a con man?
I think you're a dishonest person who manipulates people into giving them their money.
I've never taken money from anyone under false pretenses. And if you're talking about Steffi, she and I got married because we love each other.
She's like 5 years older than I am. And she's loaded. Why else would she want to marry an old impecunious man? What?
That's a good word.
Well, I don't even know what it is. I learned it during the great alimony disputes.
We got off on the wrong foot.
Oh my God.
Can we start again? Should I go outside and come back in?
No, but you could always leave if hearing about the way I feel is making you uncomfortable.
There is something I came all this way to talk to you about.
There always is. There's always some new scheme.
No scheme. It's nothing like that. You have such a low opinion of me, and I just have to say, I'm really not the bad guy you paint me out to be.
You sued my mother when she was dying of cancer because you thought you were paying too much child support.
I wasn't working at the time, okay?
She couldn't pay her legal fees, which meant when she died, whatever she left for me got taken to pay your lawyer, including the house. So I got to spend the rest of high school mourning my dead mother in the same house as the man who killed her.
Hey, it's not like I gave her cancer, Heather.
And then last summer, as a way of conning your new meal ticket into tying the knot, you signed a prenup making her your sole beneficiary.
Yeah, well, it's not like I have anything to leave behind.
No, you cut me out of your life, Dad. Like a cancer. Oh, but I smoked cigarettes between the ages of 17 and 23, so I was just asking for this to happen.
I told you. She and I have an understanding that if I die, she'll give the money to you.
Oh, yeah, because Steffi's not going to screw over her stepdaughter.
And I only signed the agreement because...
Older than her younger sister, by the way. And like, why would you even tell me you did that?
You should know the plan. You're 35, you're not settled. I want you to know you'd be secure.
How would I be secure? You completely removed me.
It's not because I don't love you or want the best for you or made some devious plan with your new wicked stepmother to show her how much more I cared about her than my own child. No. I told you because you should know the plan, the details of the arrangement for when the time comes. I didn't realize telling you about it would make you shut me out, skip the fucking wedding ceremony.
And why do you think I did that? Can you understand why I wouldn't want to be there that day?
Yeah, because you always need to be the center of attention.
Wow.
By not showing up, you made sure you were the only thing people talked about. Where's Heather? How come Heather isn't here? Our wedding day became all about you.
What a horrible daughter. Guess I deserve to get cancer.
Oh, would you stop saying that?
Well, I must have done something, right? Whatever reasons I gave to make you think I had to be cut out of your life, those are probably the same reasons my tits had to be cut off.
Okay, you can think whatever you want, but I didn't do anything to deliberately hurt you. You're my firstborn daughter, and I love you.
I'm your only daughter.
Bruce gets out his phone.
What?
Steffi thought we should tell you, but I worried it would, I don't know.
What?
He shows her his phone.
She's a few weeks old. We named her Sarah.
She looks like me.
You think?
Heather takes off her wig,
We have similar distinguishing features.
moves away, fanning herself.
Sorry, hot flash.
Jesus Christ, Heather.
Yes.
I don't know what to say that's not going to make you more angry at me.
So why did you come here to show me pictures of your new daughter?
No. I mean, I thought you might want to know that you have a sister.
God.
I mean, a half sister, but I also wanted to
What? Apologize?
maybe to explain why you think I'm such a.
No need an explanation.
But can I try and explain anyway?
Before we, do you mean to tell me that Steffi got pregnant at 40 years old?
It happens. It's not the strangest thing to ever happen.
And the kids, okay,
Yes, your sister's perfectly healthy.
half sister. She wasn't like premature or
No,
brain
she's
damage.
fine, Heather.
Well, at least you got one good daughter.
It's been very nice being home with her, holding her while she sleeps. Reminds me of when you were a baby.
Mm-hmm. Before I learned how to speak.
Exactly.
Enjoy it while you can, because Sarah, is that what you said her name was? Sarah. Sarah's gonna learn how to voice her opinions too, one of these days. Unless she's got severe, as of yet, undetected autism, because her mother is practically a senior citizen.
She's only 40.
And she can afford hormone therapies and fertility treatments. She can make the decision whether or not she wants to have a baby. Some of us don't get that choice. Some of us are just born with shitty luck. We get shitty genes and shitty fathers, and we're dealt shitty hands, and we only get to play once. So why waste our time drudging up the same boring, shitty arguments? Life's too short, Dad. I don't know how much time I have left. I mean, no one does, especially nowadays, but I might have a much shorter road ahead of me than I'm supposed to. And I want to spend what's left of it doing things that make me happy, spending time with the people I love. So if you wouldn't mind, I have to take a handful of pills.
She moves to another part of the house. Bruce follows her.
Okay. I'm a horrible person. I've said it. I'm a piece of shit. Does that make you happy?
No.
I didn't think it would. So, can I explain?
Explain what?
She starts taking pills.
When your mother and I were married.
No.
When your mother and I were married.
I don't want to hear it. I was there, remember?
But you don't remember.
I think I would know.
No. You remember what she told you. You remember the man she made me out to be, which you were too young to appreciate the sacrifices that I made to make sure I can meet my financial responsibilities to you.
So what?
Excuse me?
Seriously. You left a single woman to take care of your daughter on her own. You had to make sacrifices so you could meet your court-mandated obligation.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, Heather, you're not listening to a word I'm saying.
Oh, big whoop, them's the breaks. And then you couldn't pay child support because yet another one of your schemes fell through.
Why the fuck is everything about money with you?
I don't like it when you raise your voice like
sorry.
When you yell like that, it reminds me.
I know. I've been working on it.
With a therapist?
No, just, Steffi's been really good at talking through some of my shit with me. And
Great. I'm happy for you. I'm glad my half-sister will get to have a rage-free father.
I'm a lot better than I used to be.
Like a fine wine.
Yeah, it's just so easy for you to make every argument we have about my financial situation.
You made money the basis of our relationship. You made the last year of Mom's life all about money and what you did and didn't spend on your kids' welfare.
Okay, but you know what? I've always done my best. And sometimes that wasn't good enough, but it doesn't mean I wasn't trying. And for you to constantly twist things to make it about
I'm not twisting anything. I'm just stating the facts. You say I make everything about money, Dad, and I guess I do, but that's because you make everything about money.
That bullshit.
Okay, the $35 for my soccer uniform, the $10 you gave me for the Scholastic book drive, all those receipts showed up in court documents. Proof of what a great guy you were.
Okay. I mean, this wasn't the way I wanted to reconnect with you.
I'm shocked.
I did things in the past that I can't take back. I know the divorce wasn't easy on you. And being a teenager while your mom was sick, that must have been
horrible.
But I look at you now, working in the field you're passionate about, facing this awful challenge on your own.
Not on my own.
And I want you to know, I'm really so proud of you.
I'm not on my own, Dad. I have so many people helping me. It's almost hard to believe. People who've put their lives on hold to try and help me.
Because you're a good person.
Thanks, but I'm not sure about that.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Huh? Is that what you're trying to say?
I need a lot of help now. And I hate that. And I'm so lucky to have people in my life who want to help me. And I just keep pushing them away because I can't trust anyone.
Because of me?
Heather starts to cry. She sits down. Bruce sits down next to her.
Hey, it's all right.
Oh, I really didn't want to do this right now.
I know.
I've been trying not to cry since I got your fucking text message saying you were outside.
It's okay. Honestly, I feel like bawling my eyes out too. I was driving down a 404 and Cats in the Cradle started playing on the radio. I thought I'd have to pull into the IKEA parking lot and compose myself.
I hate that song.
So do I. Could I ask you, can I wave a little white flag for a second and we just talk? Could you pretend you're happy to see me? Just for 2 minutes?
Golly gee, Pop. Thanks for stopping by.
No, I mean, could we actually...
You sure I can't fix you a sandwich?
Forget it.
No, it's fine. You have 90 seconds.
Really?
TikTok, Dad.
Okay. So, how are you? I mean, aside from the...
Cancer?
Yeah. How's work?
It's fine, Dad. I'm still in the same position. My friend Laurie got promoted. but she went on mat leave. So I was filling in for some of her duties while she was away, thinking they might move me up the ladder a bit. But then, cancer thing happened.
Are you writing?
It's been a while. I did start something about my experience with the
Cancer?
It's fiction, but well, I guess it's creative nonfiction. It's pretty autobiographical. It started as a boredom buster because having cancer sucks, but then I realized it was pretty therapeutic, and then I thought it might actually be pretty good. So I sent it to some people at work to read, to maybe consider publishing.
That would be good.
And they turned it down, so a bit of a disappointment.
It's a real tough business you picked.
Canadian literature. Ryan seems to be doing well in it.
Oh, yeah?
He's invited to all the cool parties.
Oh. Is he working?
Pretty consistently, actually, but it's been hard lately, especially with my
Right. It can be hard on a relationship when one person is successful and the other is, sort of stagnant. Especially when you're in the same industry. Your mother and I weren't, but we still, it was competitive, I think, to a degree. She was a very smart woman. She worked very hard, long hours. She couldn't stand being cooped up at home with a baby. I mean, that's not criticism of her. She had a lot of energy, like you. She needed to be up and about, moving and shaking. And for most of our marriage, especially after you were born, she was the breadwinner, really. And I think I must have been jealous. I felt like I couldn't do anything right. Like I couldn't do what I was supposed to do to take care of my family. Very heteronormative outlook on life, I guess. But it was the 90s. Sue me. Felt like a jackass for not being able to contribute as much to the household, sometimes not being able to contribute anything. And she made getting ahead look so effortless. And I had some very strong ideas there, some business opportunities that should have been, your mother always called them get rich quick schemes, and they weren't that, I would never do something stupid like gamble our future away on opportunities if I wasn't 100% sure they'd pan out. But I think you inherited certain qualities from your mom, and certain qualities from me. Some good, some bad, You definitely got away with words and her stubbornness and her drive. And for me, you got...
what?
I don't think you know how to be happy. And I think you got that from me. I was never satisfied with what I had. And I was jealous of everybody else, especially your mom. And those feelings made me a very angry person, and they made me do shitty things. I pushed you away, and I fought for my due, for my fair share, maybe a little too hard. I didn't know that fighting for what was owed me, fighting to have my good name cleared, would cause such a rift between me and my daughter.
Hold on. You think...
I've been trying to say this since I walked in. I'd just like to finish. You and your boyfriend,
Ryan.
You and Ryan are going through a lot together. And what you're going through would be hard for any couple. But it's probably even harder because you do such similar work. And I don't want you to fall into the same trap or the same pattern that your mother and I did.
We won't.
I mean you, specifically. When money stuff gets in the middle of a relationship stuff.
Trust me, we're fine.
That's not what he says.
Sorry, what?
I don't want to hold this against him. mean, he obviously cares about you a great deal and just wants the best for you.
I'm sorry, you don't want me to hold what against him?
I don't have Instagram. He called me the other day and told me about the situation the two of you are in.
The two of us.
And I'm glad he did. Honestly, I can't believe my own daughter was diagnosed with cancer, was going through this kind of treatment, and I didn't even know about it.
Well, my own father sired another member of the family, and I didn't know about that, so maybe we're even.
Oh, come on, huh? I wanted to tell you, of course. I wanted you to be part of this, but you wouldn't even speak to me.
So what? Ryan called you?
You said you need money.
We're fine.
Heather, you live in an apartment with no heat. You have cancer.
I'm aware, Dad. So what? Have you brought us some money? Is that why you've come here? Is your new wife gonna write a check and make everything between you and I peachy keen all of a sudden?
I'd like you to listen to what I have to say.
I'm all ears.
And I know this might not be exactly what you had in mind, but Ryan called me asking for help, and I'd like to do my best to make the rest of this, well, what you're going through, more comfortable. I know it's expensive, and your insurance is probably not.
To the end, Dad?
All right. Hear me out. Steffi is, well, like you pointed out, a bit older than the average new mom, and throughout her pregnancy, she's been keeping an online sort of journal.
A mommy blog.
Except it's more sophisticated than that. Really, her writing is very insightful and funny, and I think it's quite interesting.
Oh, I can't wait to see where this is going.
She's developed a sort of an online following. Nothing huge, but fairly significant. And I think if she had some guidance, she could really turn it into something a lot of people would benefit from.
Uh-huh.
So, my suggestion is, if you're looking for some extra money, Ryan might be interested in helping her edit some of the entries into the book. Sort of a how-to guide for moms over 40. The majority of the writing has already been done. She just needs some help, shaping it into something marketable. And from there, she could do speaking engagements, lecture tours. I mean, this could be a whole business enterprise, and with your background in PR, you could market the whole thing. She'd pay you to manage the marketing of her book tour.
I already have a job, though.
This could be part-time, 20, 25 hours a week.
I'm about to start radiation. I'm not looking for a part-time job.
Of course. I meant when you're ready to start getting back on your feet, you'll have to rebuild your finances, and this could be a great opportunity. I mean, who knows if it's successful? It could be the start of a whole new career.
Did you drive all this way knowing that I had cancer? That my partner and I are struggling to get by, that we're on the verge of being thrown out of our apartment, and think to yourself, this idea is gonna fix everything between me and my daughter.
I thought she's stubborn and probably won't want to listen, but I'm going to try
At
anyway.
least I did something to help. Is that it? At least I tried my best.
Yeah.
This isn't trying your best, Dad. This isn't helping. This is exactly why I didn't want to tell you what was wrong in the first place.
She stands, moves.
Where you going?
I have to stir my soup.
She moves to the kitchen.
What is so wrong with this idea?
Nothing. Dad, it's great. I'll drag myself out of the house and get to work promoting your new wife's mommy blog speaking tour for $15 an hour, and that'll fix everything. Great plan.
She uncovers the pot of soup.
Shit. Look at this fucking thing.
She starts
I think it's
stirring
a pretty
the
good
soup.
idea.
You know what else is a good idea? Just helping. Just saying to yourself, oh my God, my daughter has cancer. What can I do to help? But instead, you make it all about you. You do that, by the way, not me. You make everything about you. Every time I've asked you for your help, you found a way to use it to your own advantage, like a fucking con man.
I'm not a con man.
So I stopped asking for your help. I knew you'd never change. And Ryan should know better, but he probably thought I was being overdramatic in my descriptions of you or whatever. He probably called you because he thought in reality, you couldn't be anything like the way I'd made you out to be in fiction. But guess what? He was wrong. You are exactly who I've known you to be, who I've told everyone you are.
I am only trying to help.
You're not, though. You could help me if you wanted to. You always could have. You didn't have to take my mom to court when she had cancer, but you did.
I was living like a fucking bum, Heather, and she
Eating
was
caviar and drinking champagne every night? The fuck do you think?
she was dragging my good name through the mud.
Oh my God, you're so worried about your good name. Maybe try being a good father. Because the only people that are going to tell your story are me and my new half-sister. And I've already written a book about how all this shit I had building up inside my whole life turned into a cancer. Isn't that ridiculous? Even my creative nonfiction novel about my experience with a life-threatening disease is about you. I can't even get this cancer without it all being about you. And this, Dad, the way I've had to become hard and suspicious of people and angry all the time, I am my sickness. I had to do the only thing I thought would make me happy and cut you out of my life. And then I got fucking cancer. You pushed me into doing something so shitty to you. And this is my punishment.
It's not. That's not.
I want to
no.
tear my fucking skin and claw out of my insides, and you don't even think you've done anything wrong.
Okay. What can I do to fix this?
Nothing. If you won't even take responsibility for what you've done.
What do you want me to say?
How about I'm sorry? I hurt you. I'll change. That would be a start. But you'll never admit that you did anything wrong.
Heather, I've been trying to tell
You'll never do anything to actually change. And even if you say you're going to, how many times do you say you were going to? And you just wind up being the same thing, the same harmful dynamic over and over again, where you'll dangle the possibility of having a real relationship in front of me and then do something even worse to ruin that soon enough. I can't keep doing this, Dad. It's fucking killing me.
She accidentally touches the pot on the stove, scalding herself. She screams.
Are you okay?
Get out. Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get the fuck out!
As she yells, she backs him out of the kitchen, into the living room, out the front door. She's crying. She runs her hand under her tap. She picks up her phone, makes a call. No answer. She tries again. She hangs up. She sends a frustrated text message. She tries to compose herself. She tries calling one more time. Throws her phone across the room. Transition. Scene 3. Heather's cell phone plays the intro music to the Death, Sex, and Money podcast, followed by
4 years ago, I was visiting LA and I had a beer with my friend Colin Campbell. He and I had worked together in New York, but then he moved to the West Coast. And it had been a while since we'd really caught up. But I did know that he was supporting his wife through breast cancer treatment.
Heather enters from the bathroom.
Oh, great.
She goes to the kitchen, starts looking through drawers, loudly.
I mean, Colin's a producer, so he sort of kind of produced the cancer experience for me.
That's Kate Pickert, Colin's wife.
I was 35 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
At the time of her diagnosis, Kate was a healthcare reporter for the Time magazine, but she'd had very little experience being a patient.
Heather finds some ointment in one of the drawers, puts it on her burned hand.
Her instinct as a journalist was to learn more. When she went to look for a book that talked about the history of breast cancer and the ways we treat it, she couldn't find it.
The fact that this book didn't exist and women didn't know this story is like something went wrong.
So she wrote that book. It's called Radical: The Science, Culture, and History of Breast Cancer in America.
Fuck you.
Heather slams the drawer shut.
Kate first noticed something was wrong in the summer of 2014.
The podcast continues. Heather slams the drawer open and shut repeatedly. She takes out cutlery and throws it on the floor. She picks up pots and pans and throws them on the floor. She's in rage mode. She turns off the podcast, tosses her phone onto the couch, picks up couch cushions, beats them against the floor. A knock at the door. She stops. Another knock. She thinks it's Bruce again. She looks at the door. Another knock. She crosses her arms.
Do you need an ambulance?
Another knock.
Sorry, I think I should probably call 911, but I wasn't sure if you...
She opens the door.
Hi, Stuart.
Oh my God, are you... I hear...
I'm so sorry. Was I making too much noise?
I thought something might have been wrong, and I wanted to check if you were...
Thank you. That's so nice of you. I'm fine.
What happened? Did something like fall down?
Oh. You know, I'm just such a mess these days.
But you're...
Oh, I'm fine. Sorry if I gave you a scare.
I heard you all the way downstairs, and I thought something might have been...
No.
Because of your... Well, I'm glad if you need anything, I'm just... however many steps down, 26 maybe? You ever count these stairs?
I haven't, actually.
Okay, well, if you need anything, I'm just at the bottom of these steps.
Thanks, Stuart.
He turns to leave.
Oh, hey, Stuart. Has your dad given you an update about the furnace?
He hasn't called you guys?
Nope. We haven't heard back from him in...
Well, he was supposed to get in touch with you.
Right. It's pretty cold in here still, and with my,
Gestures to her bald head.
Oh, right. I'll text him now and make sure he gives you an update.
So you don't know when it'll be fixed?
Well,
Off stage, the sound of the front door opening downstairs.
Heather!
Oh, she's right here.
What's wrong?
No. I heard some noise, so I came up to check, but everything's...
Ryan pushes past him, enters the living room.
Babe, what's happening? Do you need to go to the emergency?
It's okay.
I heard a sort of commotion, so I came to check, but it sounds like everything's fine.
Ryan takes in the apartment.
What happened?
Nothing. I told you. I just kind of freaked out.
I got your text and just like ran out of the bookstore. I didn't even buckle my seatbelt in Uber. I was just so fucking worried.
I'm okay.
Then why would you text me SOS?
Ryan, I needed to talk to you and you didn't.
So you had to fucking scare the shit out of me like that because you wanted to talk? I thought something fucking horrible was happening.
It's cool though. She says she's fine.
Honestly, Stuart, I need you to shut the fuck up.
Ryan.
Hey man, I was just concerned, so I came
Oh,
up.
you were concerned!
Yeah.
If you were really fucking concerned, you wouldn't be trying to force us out of our fucking apartment.
Look, man, I don't know what you guys think is going on, but seriously, I just wanted to check to make sure everything's okay.
Oh, would you just like to get the fuck out of here?
Ryan!
Ryan pushes Stuart. Stuart falls backwards down the stairs.
Oh!
Stuart!
Oh, fuck. Stuart. Oh, I'm so sorry, bud.
What is wrong with you?
Ryan exits, running down the stairs. Heather watches from the doorway.
I'm okay.
Did you hit your head, buddy? How many fingers am I holding up?
Oh, shit.
Is that blood?
Do I need to go to the hospital?
You're fine, Stuart.
Heather, he's bleeding from the head.
Do you feel like you have a concussion? See? He's fine, right? Stuart?
My back sort of hurts.
Stand up, okay?
Heather, what are you?
It's fine. I'm making soup, Stuart. Would you like to come and have some?
What kind?
He should probably go to the hospital.
Why? So he can wait in an emergency room for 6 hours so they can send him home with some Tylenol 3s? I got a half a bottle up here right now with your name on it. And I have pot.
Oh, maybe that would be nice.
Stuart re-enters, supported by Ryan.
He might need stitches.
He's fine. Do you need stitches, Stuart?
No, the painkillers and the soup should be fine. That's very nice of you to offer.
Heather steers him towards the kitchen.
Let's take a look at that noodle of yours, okay?
Stuart sits at the table. Heather looks at his bloody head.
Oh, that's not deep at all. Nothing a hot shower and some soup can't fix. Do you want to use our bathroom, Stuart? Get cleaned up?
Oh, I can go back downstairs.
I mean, you're already here. Ryan, could you get Stuart a towel?
He's probably got his own in his apartment.
Stuart hurt his back falling down the stairs, dear. It wouldn't be very neighborly of us if we made him go all the way back down there.
Fine.
Ryan exits into the bedroom.
I could shower in my own apartment.
But this way makes it more of an adventure, kind of, right?
It really is cold in here.
Ryan re-enters with a towel.
Here you go, Stuart.
Thanks a lot for this, you guys.
You need anything, you let us know.
I'm gonna bleed all over your tiles.
All right, just take as much time as you need.
Stuart rises, moves.
Oh, I think Ryan has something to say to you.
I'm sorry for pushing you down the stairs.
It's all right, man. You were freaked out. I get it. You have your reasons. I'm just glad everything's okay.
He turns to leave.
Oh, watch your step. There's cutlery all over the floor.
Oh, right. Sorry. I guess this is what's happening to me right now. Okie dokie.
He exits into the bathroom. Pause. Heather goes to the stove. She starts sifting through the soup, scooping out the bay leaves. Ryan watches her.
Yes.
Is there a reason there's cutlery all over the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same reason you decided to rearrange all the furniture and send me frantic text messages and make me feel like an asshole for going to this book launch without you?
I didn't do that. Did I make you feel like an asshole?
Yeah. Before I left the apartment, you were all, you didn't have to say yes to hosting Talkback.
Well, you didn't. But I don't care that you did.
It sounds like you did. Besides, you found a way to get me not to do it, so.
That's not why I texted you.
No, because you called me and then texted me when you knew I was at the event, made me freak out and call an Uber so I could rush back here.
Huh. Fine, I did do that, but not because I'm mad you're hosting Sheila's stupid book launch for Sheila's
It's the
stupid book.
The book's actually
Yes,
not.
yes, you said. Not very memorable, but actually, okay. Great. Exactly what this culture needed.
Heather, I'm trying to understand why you're acting like.
No, you're not. You're Think for a second.
I'm thinking. My mind's racing. What?
Why do you think my dad's been calling me all day?
He told you.
He came here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He came here and he offered us jobs.
What kind of...
He said you could help his new wife edit her mommy blog into a publishable book, and I could do PR for her speaking engagements.
What?
Oh, sorry. She had a baby. Did my father not tell you that?
Honestly,
I get why you thought calling him would be a good idea. All of this has been overwhelming, and financially, we're
No,
not.
I don't. Sorry. Whatever you're going to say, I don't want you to do that thing where you patronize my feelings.
Well, I wasn't going to do that. I was going to accuse you of going behind my back and tell you that you need to move out.
She opens the fridge and gets the package of baby kale. She stirs some into the soup.
What?
We don't need to make this whole big thing.
How could we not make this a whole big thing? Heather, we live together. We've been going through this, massive light-changing event together.
Except, Ryan, it's never been we. You, God, I don't know what I would have done without you, but this isn't something we've been going through. I'm the one who's sick.
I know that.
I'm the one who's had a tough week, a tough year. I'm the one who had her breasts removed and poison pumped through her veins and lost her hair and got left behind while everyone else got to do whatever the hell they want. I'm the one who can never have kids.
There are other ways we could if you wanted to consider.
Listen to what you just said. This isn't a we thing. This is a me thing. I can't have kids. Me. I had the disease. I had the surgery. I had the treatment. I have more treatment to go through. And I have to do it my way.
You also need serious help.
I do. And that sucks. I do need help. But from people I can trust.
Oh, come on, Heather.
Not people who will go behind my back.
You have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Call the one person I told them I never wanted to speak to again.
She turns away.
Soup's probably ready. Did you want some or?
You probably don't want to hear this. I never thought I'd actually have to say it, but you're not the only person this is happening to. No, seriously. The people around you are allowed to feel shitty too. I know we might not all feel as shitty as you do. We're not the ones with cancer. But someone we love has cancer. Someone I love more than anyone I've ever known, as it so happens, has cancer. And that makes me feel horrible. And it makes me want to do whatever I can to try and help.
Well, except I never asked you to.
Well, too fucking bad. I'm not gonna wait for your permission to try and help you. I love you too much. Fucked if I know why, but I do. And this has been hard for me.
Okay, but it's not like you needed to.
To what? Try and take care of you. Try and help.
Yes.
Obviously, I didn't want to do any of this. Obviously, I would prefer if you never got cancer in the first place, but I didn't feel obliged to do it out of some kind of, I don't know, misplaced. What the fuck are you even talking about? I'm standing here fighting with you on your side because I love you. End of story. For reasons that are often unclear, especially in moments like this, I love you, Heather. Deal with it. You're a good person. And you deserve to be loved.
Okay, whatever. But you still called him when I specifically...
Fine. I'm worried about money. The world is on fire and we are both precariously employed. And what happens if we actually need to find another apartment? Yes. I'm scared about money. Okay, I did something. And I should have talked to you about it first, but you won't let anyone in. Even me. And I know for a fact you cannot do this without me.
Oh, really?
Yes. Can't do it without accepting the love and support of people who want to love and support you.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. I guess we'll find out if you're right.
Heather?
And honestly, I want to find out for myself whether or not I can do this by myself. This doesn't have to be a permanent,
No, what you're suggesting isn't an option.
And while I'm figuring it all out, you should feel like you're free to do whatever. To go to the parties and to schmooze with the literary...
What the fuck do I care about any of that? None of it means anything without you.
I don't know how to move past this.
You just need to be a little forgiving.
Forgiving?
You have to forgive everyone around you for caring about you.
That's not...
And not being up to your standards. And you need to forgive yourself for pushing away everyone who tries to help. You are a good person, and good people love you, and you deserve to be loved by them. By me, for fuck's sake. Even if I eat your edibles and complain about you having cancer more than I should. But you have fucking cancer. I don't know what I'm supposed to do except be here and be here and be here. And I can't be here if you throw me out of the apartment. Do you want to tell me what's wrong with you today?
She started following me this morning. My dad's... She added me as a friend and followed me on Instagram, and I saw her blog. I saw she had I saw my dad on the internet holding a brand new daughter with his brand new wife, and thought, how come he gets to have all new things and I'm stuck with the same old shit? I must have done something really wrong.
You haven't.
Fine. That's just life. And I'm just having a bad day. But how many bad days do I have to have before I get some good ones again?
She cries. He holds her.
It's okay. It's a new year, new decade.
With war and climate change and fucking assholes and power and landlords kicking people out of their homes.
I know most of the things suck. We can't do anything about that except So keep fighting, I guess. Or else the bad things win. And it'll be the same old shit forever.
I want matching dishes.
You can get those.
We have all different soup bowls.
Do you want to use the nice ones? Your mom's?
We should let Stuart.
He'll be fine with whatever. You should have the best.
He gets up. Stuart's attending to the soup. Pause. Stuart comes out of the bathroom. He's wearing his clothes. He's still a bit wet. He holds the towel.
Hi.
How you feeling, buddy?
Oh, just a little embarrassed.
No reason for that. If anything, I should be the one.
No, it's fine. I think the bleeding stopped. What should I do with
I can take that.
Thanks.
She takes the towel from him.
I wanted to let you know, we're not deliberately not heating this place to get you to move out. One, that's illegal. And two, my family just wouldn't do something like that. My dad had to have a hip replaced a few months ago. He's having trouble climbing the stairs in our old house, so he's been sleeping on the couch in the den. It's uncomfortable. He's thinking about selling the house in Scarborough and moving into the first floor apartment, which would mean I'd have to find someplace else or move up here, which I'm not going to do. It's been a bit of a fight with my dad, and he's sending contractor friends of his up here to take measurements, and he's talking to me about some things we could do to the space to make it more my own, but I wouldn't want to force anyone to leave just because of like our family circumstances. Plus, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my dad, but he's my dad, you know? The heat is a real issue, and I'll make sure he gets on this contractor to fix it. But it's not part of any plan to kick you out or anything. Not that I heard what you were saying when I was in the bathroom, just I wondered if you might be worried about our intentions, is all.
Thanks for telling us, Stuart.
You want some soup?
Sure. Thanks. It smells good.
He moves to the table. The front door opens. Laurie enters holding a shopping bag.
You will not believe the hour I've just had. It's as if everything that could go wrong in the span of 60 minutes happened. While I was here with you getting the soup started, and then I got to spend the next 60 minutes cleaning it up.
Retrieves a lemon from the bag.
Oh, I realized I told you to squirt lemon into everything that when it was done, but I didn't actually...
She takes in the room.
I feel like I'm missing something.
Hi, I'm Stuart.
Hi.
He fell down the stairs.
Ryan pushed him.
It was sort of unintentional.
Heat of the moment.
I just took a shower.
Oh. All right. Do you want to...
Absolutely.
Watch your step.
Laurie moves to the counter. Ryan hands her a knife. She slices the lemon, squirts its juice into the soup, stirs.
Yeah. So, how was Sheila's book launch?
Oh man, it was a ghost town. There was like 6 people trying to make conversation and stuffing cheese into their pockets.
It was early, though. Things might be picking up.
Nah, whatever. I made an appearance.
Aren't you moderating the talkback?
Honestly, the turnout was so small, I don't even know if they'll do one. Between you and me, and bear in mind, my review is still under embargo. The book's not great.
Heather, this soup smells fantastic.
It really does.
Great job, Cancer Face.
All I did was stir.
Laurie tastes the soup.
Did you put salt in this?
Heather sits at the table.
Prove it.
Laurie starts ladling the soup into bowls. Ryan sets the table.
Stuart, you sure you're okay, buddy?
Oh, yeah, doing just fine.
I am so sorry.
Please, there's no need to apologize.
Ryan and Laurie keep serving soup.
I feel like I should you've all been giving me a free pass a lot lately.
No,
No, not at all.
It's
No.
very kind of you. I am not good at being the center of attention, despite what some people may think. And I'm not good at all these new things I have to all of a sudden be good at. But I'm very lucky to have you all to teach me how, I guess. And there's, still ways to go. And I'm never going to be 100% again. I'm going to have more bad days. I don't know what I'm saying. I didn't want to make another big speech today. Just thank you. I hate myself. Most of the time, I hate you all for making me think I shouldn't feel that way. So thank you all and fuck you all. And I don't really feel like talking anymore. So would it be okay with you if we just listen to a podcast or something while we eat? Okay, thanks very much, everyone.
They all sit at the table. They all have soup. Heather selects a podcast from her phone, which plays the WNYC intro sting, followed by
Listener-supported WNYC Studios.
The Open Ears Project is supported by Belmont. Serene river cruises along the canals of Burgundy, stunning hideaways beside natural wonders. Belmont offers some of the world's greatest luxury travel adventures. Visit Belmont, BELMOND.com, and book your getaway today. Where will you go?
There's a knock at the door. Everyone looks up.
You're listening to the Open Ears Project. It's day 25.
Spiegel im Spiegel by Avro Part plays. Heather rises, moves to the door as the podcast continues underneath.
You're going to be playing music at full volume in 6 a.m. Just put this one on repeat. It's like this. Early morning, hazy kind of thing. And the perfect thing to wake up to, I think.
Music continues. Heather opens the door. Bruce is there.
Bruce enters and says, "I'm sorry, I hurt you. I'll change."
The music continues. Heather moves back to the kitchen. Bruce follows. She goes to the stove and ladles out another bowl of soup. She brings it to the table. She sits. Bruce sits too. Everyone eats soup. Blackout. The end.